So going back to even when we first started, when I was working IT and my time was spent resetting passwords, the current equivalent we have for human authentication and identity is a password. If you can remember
Hmm.
this, effectively, I am whoever I like. If I know your password, I am you, as far as the website's concerned. So our solution is to use passive biometrics to continually authenticate all the time. So you have these signals that your body is putting out that we can use as authenticating factors, but we can just do it passively and we can do it all the time. So this would alleviate a lot of potential for attacks because a lot of these access tokens, like for a lot of the NPM supply chain attacks that have been happening, they have these access tokens, and if they get stolen, then they can upload malware to NPM, and that gets spread. If those tokens were authenticated continuously, or I prefer the word continually, but that's
Hmm.
semantics. Then those problems would be alleviated because they're tied to a specific individual. The real challenge is figuring out how you square that with the privacy stuff in a zero knowledge way. But this continual authentication, we estimate we can get 6 nines of authentication purely passively. So you don't have to even do anything. There's no camera involved. And ultimately, AI has made the internet harder to access.
Right.
And I hope in 5 years from now, we are not having to type in all these 6-digit codes we get texted or through our authenticator apps or through our emails. It's such a terrible user experience. And ultimately, we want seamless and secure access, and we want to get rid of those 2FA codes.
Yeah, I can't get into one of my authenticator apps. I don't even know like what's on there, or it's like.
And so now you're just locked out.
Yeah, I'm just like locked out.
You're locked out. And I say it's maybe sounds a little melodramatic, but getting locked out of a website you should have access to it's like being wrongfully jailed.
Yeah,
it's like the same level of
well,
stakes. You're I should be able to get into this account, but I can't.
I don't even know what's on that account and if it's important, but maybe just maybe that's a liability in of itself too.
And so what we're building now with Lock Lookout is an agent that will automatically go out and find all the things that you have access to, and it'll change your passwords to be strong, and it'll anonymize your email online, and it'll collect your digital identity and then give you ownership over it again and clean it all up.
Because I don't have that quite that mind to like grasp those levels of security authentication. I just know the application. Mm-hmm. When you say this is post quantum, what does that really mean? Because I know that's something as we get to this quantum age, they're going to be able to hack all the passwords anyway. Is what the trajectory, or at least my understanding of it.
Yeah.
So if you could explain it to me like I'm 5 years old, or I'm probably just as someone who's total novice. Maybe a 5-year-old would pick it up more naturally.
So our platform is post quantum secure, which sounds really impressive. In reality, all it means is that we have implemented the current standards that are already inherently quantum secure. Our competitors can't do that as easily because they have all this tech debt, where as a startup, we built it from the ground up to use these new standards to be quantum secure. So what it means is that there's this algorithm called Shor's algorithm that theoretically a quantum computer can break a encryption key in I believe it's log amount of time. So if you know, this is not explained like I'm 5, I apologize.
No,
but there's time complexities. So in order to guess let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's not, but say to guess a password, you have to guess all possible combinations, and at the 50% guess right, you're gonna get in on average. So the quantum computers allow you to guess a lot less, and it allows you to basically, I believe the math is you square root that. So you cut it down significantly, and it makes it so that you could crack
closing the blueprint of we know it's this.
Yes. Yeah. And so it doesn't do that for passwords, but it does that for asymmetric encryption keys like RSA, which is everywhere, and elliptic curves are vulnerable as well. So there's this new standard that uses what's called lattice-based cryptography, which is it's a new type of problem that, as far as we know, quantum computers can't break it. It might come out in the future that quantum computers, there's a new algorithm we developed that actually can break it.